Everyone wants to become an elite athlete, but very few people are willing to live like one. Every weekend, millions of people sit in front of a screen watching greatness. They watch the goals, the championships, the medals, the records, and the celebrations. They admire Cristiano Ronaldo lifting another trophy, Michael Jordan hitting another game-winning shot, or an Olympic champion standing on top of the podium. What they don't see are the thousands of hours that happened before those moments. They don't see the mornings when nobody wanted to wake up. They don't see the days when training felt impossible. They don't see the injuries, the setbacks, or the lonely workouts when there were no cameras and no fans and no applause. Today, I'm going to show you the exact framework I use to build an elite athlete. This isn't a magic workout, and it isn't a shortcut. It's a weekly system built around 5 pillars that every serious athlete should develop. A resilient body, elite conditioning, technical mastery, explosive power, and strength. If you commit to improving these areas week after week, month after month, you'll become a completely different athlete than the one you are today. Before we begin, understand one thing. There is no perfect program. The perfect program is the one you can follow consistently. Missing one workout won't ruin your progress, but quitting after one bad week will. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is becoming 1% better every single week. The first pillar of this system is isometric training. Most young athletes want to jump straight into heavy squats, sprinting, or advanced plyometrics because those exercises look exciting. But elite athletes understand something different. Before you build speed, you build stability. Before you build power, you build a body that can handle power. Think of a skyscraper. Nobody starts by building the top floor. They spend months building the foundation because if the foundation is weak, everything above it will eventually collapse. Your body works exactly the same way. Strong muscles are important, but if your tendons, ligaments, and joints aren't prepared for the forces of training, your risk of injury increases. That's one reason many athletes include isometric exercises as part of their overall training. They can help improve strength at specific joint angles and are often used to build capacity in tendons alongside other training. This isn't the most exciting part of becoming an athlete, but it might be the most important. It's the work that protects you so you can keep improving. Here's an example of one weekly isometric workout. Start with a wall sit. Hold the position for 30 to 60 seconds while keeping your back flat against the wall and your knees around 90 degrees. Over time, gradually increase the duration as your body adapts. Next, perform a glute bridge hold. Lift your hips until your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your knees and hold the position while squeezing your glutes. Then move to a standing calf. Raise hold at the top of the movement, focusing on staying balanced and maintaining tension. After that, train your groin muscles with an adductor squeeze by pressing a ball or cushion firmly between your knees. Continue with a push-up hold, keeping your body straight while holding the lowered position. Then finish with a pull-up hold if you have access to a pull-up bar, holding yourself at the top with control. Remember, quality always comes before duration. Good technique matters more than trying to hold a position for as long as possible. As you become stronger, increase the challenge gradually. Small improvements repeated every week become massive improvements over time. While these exercises might seem simple, they teach your body to create tension, maintain stability, and stay strong under pressure. Those qualities transfer into sprinting, changing direction, jumping, and controlling your body during competition. Every elite athlete understands that performance starts with preparation. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't become one of football's greatest players because of one incredible workout. He became great because he respected every part of his preparation. Michael Jordan didn't dominate because he only practiced spectacular plays. He built his game by mastering the fundamentals over and over again. Excellence is never an accident. It's the result of respecting the small details that most people ignore. Once you've built a stronger foundation, it's time to build the engine that powers your performance. Many athletes lose matches not because they lack skill, but because they can't maintain that skill when they're tired. It's easy to make the perfect pass in the first 5 minutes of a game, It's much harder to make that same pass in the 85th minute when your legs are heavy and your lungs are burning. That's why conditioning separates good athletes from great athletes. Your body has to perform under fatigue, because that's exactly what competition demands. In the next section, we're going to build that engine through high-intensity interval training, one of the most effective ways to improve your ability to recover, repeat explosive efforts, and keep performing when everyone else begins to slow down. Here's an example of a weekly conditioning session. Begin with repeated shuttle runs, sometimes called suicides. Sprint to the first marker, return to the start, sprint to the next marker, return again, and then sprint to the middle of the field and come back. Your goal should be under 25 seconds and start with at least 2 shuttle runs between them. 60-second rest only, and every week increase number of shuttle runs. Focus on maintaining good running technique rather than simply surviving the workout. As your conditioning improves, you can gradually increase the number of repetitions or just adjust the work and rest periods. On another conditioning day, use repeated running intervals over a set distance with planned recovery between efforts. The exact distance and intensity can be adjusted to match your sport and current fitness level. The goal is to train your body to produce high quality efforts repeatedly, not to run yourself into the ground. Remember, every conditioning session should leave you stronger, not broken. This is where many athletes make a huge mistake. They believe that if they finish every workout completely exhausted, they're making progress. But elite athletes understand the difference between productive training and unnecessary fatigue. Every session has a purpose. Sometimes the purpose is to improve speed, sometimes it's recovery, sometimes it's endurance. You don't need to destroy yourself every day. You need to improve every day. Once your engine is built, it's time to develop the skill that actually wins games. Skill separates athletes. Physical ability creates opportunities, but technical ability decides whether you take advantage of them. Every elite athlete spends countless hours mastering the fundamentals until they become automatic. When people watched Michael Jordan score impossible shots, they often forgot that he spent years repeating simple drills thousands of times. When people admire Cristiano Ronaldo's finishing, they rarely think about the countless repetitions behind every movement. Great athletes don't become great because they practice complicated skills. They become great because they master the basic skills so completely that they can perform them under pressure without thinking. This is where your technical sessions begin. Your technical work depends entirely on your sport and your position. A striker shouldn't train exactly like a goalkeeper, and a point guard shouldn't train exactly like a center. Every athlete should spend time improving the skills that matter most for their role. You're a striker, your session should focus on first touch, finishing, shooting accuracy, one-touch finishes, volleys, heading, movement inside the penalty area, and receiving under pressure. Your objective is to become dangerous every time the ball enters the final third. If you're a midfielder, your priorities change. Focus on passing accuracy, receiving the ball under pressure, scanning the field before receiving possession, long passes, short combinations, vision, dribbling through tight spaces, and controlling the tempo of the game. If you're a winger, spend extra time developing acceleration, 1-versus-1 dribbling, crossing, explosive direction changes, and finishing after high-speed runs. If you're a defender, work on positioning, timing your tackles, aerial ability, long passing, first touch under pressure, and reading the movements of attackers before they happen. If basketball is your sport, adapt your technical sessions to your position. Guards should emphasize ball handling, decision making, passing, perimeter shooting, and finishing around defenders. Wings should combine shooting, footwork, movement without the ball, and defensive versatility. Big players should build post moves, rebounding technique, interior defense, and finishing through contact. Every position has different demands, and your training should reflect those demands. One of the simplest but most powerful drills for football is repetition with intention. Use a wall to practice passing with both feet. Challenge yourself to complete hundreds of quality passes without losing concentration. Practice juggling to improve your first touch and ball control. Set up cones and dribble through them with both feet instead of always relying on your stronger side. If you have a partner, work on receiving under pressure and making quick decisions. If you don't, the wall can become one of your best training partners. Another habit that separates elite athletes from average athletes isn't physical at all, it's observation. Great athletes study the game. They don't just watch highlights, they watch entire matches. They pay attention to movement away from the ball, positioning, timing, and decision making. If you're a striker, don't simply watch. Goals. Watch how elite strikers create space before they receive the ball. Notice how often they move before the pass is even played. If you're a midfielder, study how they scan the field before receiving possession. Pause the match. Ask yourself what you would do in that situation before seeing what the professional chooses. This trains your football intelligence just as much as your physical training develops your body. Even Baru from Blue Lock, despite being fictional, represents this obsession with improvement. He doesn't settle for being good enough. Every weakness becomes another target for improvement. That's the mindset you should bring into every technical session. Don't train just to finish the workout. Train to eliminate one weakness at a time. Over months and years, those small improvements create a player who looks completely different from where they started. Now your body is becoming stronger, your conditioning is improving, and your technical skills are becoming more refined. But there's still one ingredient missing. Elite athletes don't just move efficiently, they move explosively. They accelerate faster, jump higher, and react quicker than everyone around them. In the next section, we'll build that explosive power through plyometric training, teaching your body to generate force quickly and efficiently, so every sprint, jump, and change of direction becomes more powerful than before. Now that you've built a stronger foundation, improved your conditioning, and sharpened your technical ability, it's time to develop the quality that makes elite athletes look different from everyone else: explosiveness. Watch the first 3 steps of Cristiano Ronaldo chasing a through ball. Watch Michael Jordan explode toward the basket. Watch Olympic sprinters leave the starting blocks. They don't just move fast, they create force in an instant. That's what explosive power is. It's your ability to produce maximum force in the shortest amount of time. In football, it helps you beat a defender to the ball. In basketball, it helps you elevate for a rebound or explode past your defender. In almost every sport, explosiveness gives you an advantage before your opponent has time to react. That's why plyometric training deserves a place in your weekly program. These exercises teach your muscles and nervous system to work together more efficiently so your body can react faster and move more powerfully. But remember, quality is always more important than quantity. Every jump should be explosive. Every landing should be controlled. If your technique starts breaking down, the session is over, because power is built through quality, not exhaustion. Here's an example of a weekly plyometric session. Begin with squat jumps, focusing on maximum height while landing softly under control. Continue with broad jumps to develop horizontal power. Perform lateral bounds to improve your ability to change direction explosively. Add single leg hops to build balance and power in each leg individually. Finish with box jumps or another jumping variation that allows you to explode upward, while maintaining excellent landing mechanics. Rest enough between sets so every repetition is explosive. The goal isn't to get tired. The goal is to teach your body to move faster every single week. Once you've developed explosive power, the final physical pillar is strength. Strength is what supports everything you've already built. A stronger athlete can produce more force, absorb more contact, and maintain better posture under pressure. But many young athletes make the mistake of chasing heavy weights before mastering technique. Their ego grows faster than their body, and sooner or later, that catches up with them. Elite athletes understand that perfect movement comes before heavy loading. The strongest athletes in the world didn't become strong overnight. They spent years mastering the fundamentals. Every repetition had purpose. Every movement had control. That's exactly how you should approach your strength training. Build your sessions around compound movements that train multiple muscle groups together. Exercises such as squats, bench press, overhead press, pull-ups, rows, and hip hinge movements are excellent foundations because they develop strength that transfers into athletic performance. Focus on controlled technique, complete ranges of motion that are appropriate for the exercise, and gradual progression over time. Perform a few quality working sets and avoid sacrificing form simply to lift heavier weight. Your goal is long-term athletic development, not impressing someone in the gym for one day. Every week, try to improve in a small way. Add a little weight if your technique stays solid, complete one extra quality repetition, or perform the movement with better control than the week before. Those small improvements may seem insignificant today, but over months and years they become the difference between average and elite.